They're watching, waiting, waiting for you to crack, to falter, to snap. Ah, but they missed it, didn't they? Every one of them, too engrossed in their own games to realize that the silence you left would haunt them more deeply than any outburst ever could. They thought they had it all figured out, didn't they? These so-called players in life's twisted theater, poking, prodding, taunting, grinning with saccharine smiles. They called it fun, just words. But oh, they wanted an explosion, craved a reaction, a spectacle to feed their need for validation. They needed a show, one last act to close the story, a thrill to savor before walking away. But here's the twist. They think silence is an end, a sign of surrender. Yet here's the irony. They're the ones left to live with it. They sought chaos but got the cold, eerie silence of someone who realized just how insignificant they were. Because here's the secret. They weren't pulling my strings. They were spinning around in circles, building up their games like a house of cards, all the while thinking they held the power. But when I walked away without a word, they were left in that silence, an emptiness swallowing them up, growing day by day. In the end, they never cared to understand. That would require something foreign to them. Empathy, respect, understanding. What they wanted was a reaction, a dramatic scene to confirm their own importance. And without it, they're left looking at their reflection, haunted by that emptiness staring back like a ghost. Ah, but they don't see it that way, do they? No, they'll twist the story, painting themselves as the innocent ones who couldn't figure out what went wrong. They'll tell tales, whisper to their crowd, it was all in good fun. But deep down, they know. Oh, they know. They know they pushed, hoping to break me, and now they're the ones broken, bewildered, and empty. I can picture them now, replaying each scene, rewinding, fast-forwarding every detail, staring in the mirror, trying to convince themselves they've won, that they came out victorious. But every time they close their eyes, they feel that unsettling quiet echoing in their minds. It's relentless, creeping in like a shadow, reminding them of their failure. And now, they're the ones who have to live with it. Forever. People reveal their true colors in those small, subtle moments. That's where their power play began. With quiet digs, sideways glances, words left unsaid, all carefully crafted to plant doubt, to chip away at you from within. They called it harmless, laughed it off, but it was all part of their game, a game they believed would end with you shattered, lying in their hands. Yet here's the best part. They can rewrite their stories, dress up as the innocent, paint you as the villain of their tale. But the truth? It's like a tattoo on their soul, a mark they can't erase. And as they scramble to find new players, new masks, they can't escape that hollow emptiness you left behind. They're haunted by what they'll never understand, consumed by the silence of someone who refused to be their pawn. They think they've found peace, don't they? Carrying on, flaunting their bravado, thinking that they've won in your silence. But they forgot one thing. Silence spreads. It takes root, festers in their minds, twisting its way into every corner of their thoughts, until they're left to confront the monster they created. That silence is a reflection, a mirror, showing them their cowardice, their emptiness, staring right back at them. And now, here they are, clinging to their masks every time they smile, every time they try to laugh. There's a hollowness they can't hide, a crack in their mask. They're trying to fill a void they dug themselves, a wound they inflicted, but thought would heal easily. But it's festering. It seeps into their thoughts, tainting every moment of joy, every shred of peace. Because that's what happens when you treat someone's heart like a game piece. And now, they're haunted by the very silence they once thought they controlled. Oh, they'll keep pretending, of course, putting on their best act, convincing everyone that they're fine, untouched. But inside, that's where the truth lives. Inside, They replay every moment, every look, every word you said. They thought they could erase you, silence you, lock you away in some forgotten corner of memory. But the irony, you're not the one haunted, it's them. They can't forget, because forgetting means facing their own reflection, and they're terrified of what they'd find. They wanted to cast you as the one who couldn't handle it, who couldn't let go. But look at them now. Look how they cling to every piece of their story, grasping at illusions to hide from the truth, because to face it would mean admitting they were wrong, that their games were never as clever, never as harmless as they pretended. They'd have to face the cold truth that they were the ones who lost. And here's the tragedy. They saw themselves as invincible, untouchable. They thought they could pull the strings, write the ending, walk away without looking back. But the truth? It's relentless. It follows them like a shadow, creeping in when the world goes quiet and they're left alone. That's when it hits them. That's when the regrets start to whisper, take form, settle into their bones. And no matter how far they run, how many distractions they seek, they can't shake it. So let them keep pretending. Let them wear their masks. Because you know, and they know, and somewhere deep down, everyone else knows too. That silence you left, it's deafening. It's louder than any argument, any scream, any fight. It's a monument to the strength they never grasped, the resilience they couldn't break. While they spiral, you're free. You're free because you saw the game, the charade, and chose to walk away. You let them deal with the chaos they created, the storm they stirred, the emptiness they now face alone. In the end, you didn't need to say a word. Your silence was the closing scene, the final act. They wanted you to shatter, to fall apart. But instead, you stood tall, kept your head high, and walked away. And that is the legacy you leave. Let them obsess. Let them drown in the void they tried to trap you in, because that's their punishment. To live with the silence of someone they couldn't break, to face the reality of a person who left without a glance, a mirror they can't escape, a reminder they can't erase. And that silence will haunt them far longer than any words ever could. Here's the twist they never saw coming. You moved on, truly, completely. The irony, they thought they held power, thought they could define you with their games. But all they revealed was their own weakness, their own emptiness. You became the quiet storm, the echo they can't escape. And without lifting a finger, you showed them what true power looks like.